sit in front of the TV tonight and watch the Suns?
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, I'll be watching the game. I told the guys they should be watching the game as well. Just because obviously we've gone over some of the things that they like, and just to be able to see it, live action, just see it. So, of course, I will be.
What kind of problems do they present?
Oh man, a ton. They got this great mix of young guys and vets, right? They're led very well, not only by Monty, but by Chris, and they just got a group that, they're hungry. They had their heart broken last year, and when you face a team like that, man, it's tough, because they're a veteran bunch for the most part. When you're speaking of experience, you go through something like that, you come a long way in terms of experience, having to go through what they went through last year. So those are the biggest, the biggest issues that you have to deal with them.
What was the biggest thing you took away from playing them in the conference final last year for the Clippers?
Yeah, it was a great series against them. But the biggest thing was, they executed at a pretty high level, on the offensive end. And we had some really good defenders there guarding them last year. Pat Bev did as good a job that you could possibly do on Devin Booker in that series, and they still found a way to overcome, without their best player playing great. So that just taught me that they trust each other, in a major way. And Book, even though he didn't play great in the series, he didn't try to force it. He trusted his teammates to make plays, and they earned it, man.
Is that something that, now that you have your own team, is that something you look at that team as like an example? You try to show guys on this team, like, this is how we have to play if we want to get to.
Yeah, they're a great example. They're a great example, the team to look at and say, man, that's a team that's arrived. They play the right way on both ends of the floor. They have great respect for their coach. I think Monty is one of the best in our game. Obviously, he gets the best out of his team, and they got guys that are just about the right thing. Chris just wants to win. Book just wants to win. They reward their young guy. I mean, they've done it. They've done it right.
Saw a picture of your family at the game. What did they think of their first experience at Love Center?
They enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They enjoyed it. Yeah, they had a lot of fun. They said it was pretty electric in there for them. And they haven't been to a game with actual people in it this season. Obviously, last year in LA, there were some good games in the playoffs that they went to, but they enjoyed it. And because just think about all they've heard about is just how good this fan base is. So them being a part of it, they had a good time.
Your thoughts on Damian being named to the 35?
That's incredible, man. It's incredible. A huge congrats to Dame. We congratulated him in front of the team today before practice started. But, just think about that. I mean, he's clearly one of the youngest guys on that list. And to be still in his prime, I mean, he's still got years left of being in his prime. He's not at the end of his prime. He's in the middle of it. And to be named one of the best 75 players in the history of the game is incredible. It's incredible. So it's well-deserved, obviously, and I'm glad that I'm able to coach a guy like that.
Were you surprised at anyone who was left off of it? Not to cause any controversy, but you played against some of the guys.
Yeah, I played against a lot of guys. There's all these lists going around that some of the guys were talking about that I hadn't even seen, but there's always going to be some guys left off of that list that deserve to be on there. But the crazy thing is, it's like when you try to put somebody on the list, you got to take somebody off, right? So I feel like all 75 guys are very deserving, but there are other deserving guys too that just didn't make it.
I was just curious, the coaching staff, do you guys have guys that are kind of designated for certain players that they go over film with them before?
Mm-hmm.
How does that all work out?
That's how it works out.
Okay.
Yeah. every coach has 2 or 3 players that they're designated to work with, skill development or watching film or whatever it is, and then so that's their responsibility kind of all year. To keep tabs, on their guys.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. We good?
I just got a question on Monty. When you watch Monty coach, being around him, knowing him a little bit, what do you like about his methods, his technique with that team? I mean, are there some skills that you can utilize in the way you coach?
So much, man. So much. I mean, I love everything about Monty. Been knowing him a long time. We were on the same team at one point, but I just have seen him grow. I mean, his first job in New Orleans, I watched him there, and I thought he was really good. Didn't get the credit then, and then now I just, you see so many great things. He's really good in and out of timeouts. He has great command out there. I think his presence, not only with his team but with the referees, is top flight. He's big time, man. I love everything about Monty and how he coaches out there.